You've got the frenetic pace of the campaign. You've just won. How do you take what you said you'd do? How do you convert that into a plan where you know who's going to do what by when and actually get it done?
Those early weeks are honestly a bit of a blur given everything that was happening in our state and world at that time. Of course, in January of 2021, we were in the middle of a pandemic and the vaccine had just arrived on the scene. I was sworn in on January 4th and the Capitol was stormed on January 6th, just 2 days later. This was on top of all the usual stuff, setting up staffing and working on a budget and setting the tone for the administration with a set of goals and campaign promises. Having another set of hands and an outside perspective was just incredibly helpful to us.
The 3 weeks that I spent working for Governor Westmore's transition team were extremely fast-paced. I worked with a lot of people who were highly intelligent, very passionate. In those 3 weeks, we did a lot of work. It was a whirlwind.
Whether it's a transition at the federal level or at the state and local level, these periods are so important because a huge share of all the decisions that get made during an entire 2 or 4 year term get made in a few weeks, about strategy, about what initiatives are going to move forward first, about that initial budget, which may be the only one that you can actually get past the city council or Congress. Being able to make good decisions and get a team off to the right start and build momentum has a big impact that lasts well beyond those first few weeks.
It's such an incredibly exciting, high energy, frenetic, sometimes chaotic time. There's often a really high level of optimism and excitement.
A group of 3 students came to see me, and they said they had this idea. Kennedy School students had a gap in the schedule during January, and there were all these incoming administrations, new mayors and new governors, who didn't yet have their teams set up and were understaffed. And why not send Kennedy School students out to help staff these new administrations during their transitions?
For the first year of transition term, there were 21 students going to 7 different locations around the country. This last year, in its 5th year, we're now up to 54 different students going to 17 different locations throughout the country. And that's working for 6 different governors, 1 county executive, and 10 mayors. There's also the human side of this. And it's one of the things we love about this program is that the students are on the ground in the communities that they're serving, and they get direct exposure to everyone from the governor, the county executive, the mayor, the chiefs of staff, the cabinet heads, but also the line staff that are really doing the work across administrations. Those are the meaningful connections that can happen through this work that really paint a much more rich and holistic picture for our students of what it means to serve in state and local government.
Our job is to give people as many experiences actually engaging in state and local government work, because as soon as someone has one of those experiences, they're hooked for life.
I wasn't quite sure exactly what I wanted to do after I graduated. It was the transition term that first brought me to the governor's team back in 2019. Myself and 2 classmates put together a proposal for the Lamont administration on how the state could reorganize its workforce development system to be more effective and provide more opportunity for residents. And when we finished our proposal, the chief of staff for the governor said to me, this was really great. We really appreciated your help. We know you're graduating in May. Why don't you come join the administration and help build this out for us full time? And I haven't looked back since.
We ultimately ended up creating a tool that helped push out all of the different leadership roles that were available for different boards and commissions to every Marylander, regardless of their background, regardless of their age. They knew what roles were available and had the opportunity to apply for a leadership role. For me, the diversity that was reflected, I felt very privileged to be in that space and to be learning from that group of peers. Being able to see up close the entire team that is around you, that's supporting you, the issue areas that they are passionate for, I think for me, it just is making me think through more intentionally what I see for myself when it comes to like running for public office or working in the public sector in the future.
The HKS team was absolutely amazing. They provided valuable feedback and were great observers for me as I was in the moment at community meetings. They also review key issues such as homelessness and our housing shortages. The team has been so valuable, and I'm so forever grateful for them.
Grad students are bright, fresh, and bring a unique perspective to our work. There really is nothing like this hands-on learning project. We've been extremely fortunate, and I hope many students will consider doing the same thing in the future.